Hello, I'm Craig Birch here at Manders Real Estate headquarters on the Compton Road in the heart of Wolverhampton with more top tips, and this is a new one for us today. Pointers on buying property to make money. There's lots of entrepreneurs out there, there's lots of people who think they could have a dabble at the property game by buying and selling on for a profit or indeed renting out, but there are certain things you need to be aware of and certain things, otherwise the whole deal could blow up in your face. Any renovation project is only as good as the organisation, so do take heed of these words that I'm about to give to you. Number one, don't buy in the wrong area. It's very easy to go for the cheapest area, but there's a question why is it the cheapest area? Is it next to a main road? Is there a lack of local amenities and schools? These are all things you're going to have to factor in. Is there poor transport links or things of that nature? All these things need to be factored in. Don't just consider the house, consider what's around it, the reputation of the area, otherwise you may not get as much back for it as you think. Number two, quality across the board. That means your builders and your building materials as well. Builders, it's wise to get them locked into a fixed price contract, so then as you go down the line they cannot sting you with extra costs, and if they go over time and that as well, that's their problem. They're on a fixed price job, they need to get it done, and that is that. Not so, when you're renting as well, think about the items. If you're letting a house out to rent, if you deck it out in the cheapest thing possible, it may look like the real thing, but it's probably going to break a little bit sooner than the more quality items were. So if you're renting, certainly look at that and see if you can maybe just make the money work for you in the long run. A little bit more outlay to begin with, but it will certainly pay you in the long run. Number three, sales can be seasonal. Do bear in mind that for home buyers, at least, it's spring, autumn, and the top end of winter when they are more likely to make a purchase. Summer, everyone is on holiday. December, everyone's looking towards Christmas. They're not typically the strongest times in the world for selling property. So if you're putting something onto the market, do take heed of when you're doing it. Otherwise, it might be a bit slow getting viewings and ultimately getting that sale. Doesn't really apply that much to rent. You can move in right up to, if you're renting a property out, you can move in right up until Christmas Eve. It's not a bank holiday, of course you can move in on Christmas Eve. I believe once when I was a student, I moved in on December the 23rd. So rents carry on all year round, but when thinking of sales, it can be that little bit more tricky depending on the time of year. Number four, it's about time. Think of your time constraints. If you are buying to let a property or buying to sell and you've got a job as well, do bear in mind that this project could take over a lot of your time. So do take heed of that. Get help where you need to, and obviously factor those constraints in, because ultimately your job comes first and your pet projects doing feed come second. Number five, pick a good agent. We will tell you now here at Manders Real Estate, you will find it very, very difficult to go through a whole chain process. In fact, it will be like a chain around your neck trying to sell a house without an estate agent. There's all sorts of legal ramifications to look at. You've got to find someone who wants to buy it, make sure they're a sound stock, they've got all their finances in order. Estate agents will do all that for you, and bear in mind, we'll do all the photographs, we'll do all the listings, we do everything professionally here, videos, you name it. And what can it hurt to just have a free valuation? When your property is ready, call us, we'll come around, we'll talk to you, we'll tell you what we're going to do, a free valuation. If you're happy with that price and you're happy with what you're going to get from us, then I would certainly advise that you do that. Rents is just the same. You've got to go through a lot of processes, jump through a lot of hoops, so make sure you pick a good agent. Maybe you take heed of their management service, use their management service, and then you won't have to worry about the rent, you won't have to worry about all the little niggly things, because renting out a property is like buying a dog. It's not just for Christmas, it goes all year round, and there's all sorts of pitfalls that can come in. So maybe pay someone to get it for you if you can just about justify that in your own finances. I'm Craig Birch, and we'll see you next time for more top tips.